Hey yogis, today we are working on hips and hamstrings. Physically, opening through the hips helps to increase our range of motion as well as circulation. We also help to release pressure from the lower back. Energetically, opening up through the hips helps us to release any stagnant energy, any stress or tension that we may be holding on to in that area. We can release, let go, and create space for new energy, new ideas, and overall greater sense of creativity. So let's get started. Starting this practice by laying onto your back, one hand onto heart center and one hand onto your belly. As you inhale, start to direct your breath all the way down into your belly, filling it up and out like a balloon. As you expand through the sides of the rib cage and lift through the chest. Exhale, releasing your navel center down towards your spine. As you release any stagnant energy from the bottom of the lungs, breathing out through the nose. And as you inhale, imagine the air that you are breathing as nourishing, healing energy, spreading relaxation and calmness throughout the body. Taking another round of breath here. And on your next exhale, bringing your arms out to the sides in line with your shoulder. Bring the right knee in line with your hip. Both feet are flexed as you start to churn butter within your hips. So bring your knee into circles here in one direction and then in the opposite direction. Lengthening your right heel up to the sky. We're going to bring our hands behind the back of our thigh. Press your hands into your leg and your leg into your hands for 3, 2, 1. And start to bend in the knee and wrap your arms around the front of your shin. Exhale, start to bring your right knee onto the outside of your left hip in your supine twist. Right arm comes out to the side, right shoulder melts down towards the ground. Finding any spaces that feel tight and breathe into them. Inhale, right knee comes back into the chest. We're going to bring the left knee into the chest as well, hugging both in, and on your exhale, lengthen the right leg. Left knee is bent, and we're going to come back into our knee circles here. Moving 3 times in one direction, and then 3 times in the opposite direction. Lengthening the left heel up to the sky. Hands come behind the leg, maybe massaging the back of your thigh here, and then pressing the hands into the leg, leg into the hands. Bending in the knee, we're going to roll over to the other side, coming back into your twist. And you can soften your gaze towards your left fingertips or close your eyes. And on your next inhale, we'll start to bring both knees back to center, back into the chest, hugging them tightly. And then rocking back and forth along the spine, gaining some momentum, making your way into your tabletop position. Shoulders are stacked on top of your wrists, hips are stacked on top of your knees, toes are touching the ground. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward, tailbone lengthens, and then exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, rise, exhale, round. And again, another time here. Making your way into your flat back, you're going to pull your right leg back behind you, lengthen through your heel, and then left foot is going to come back in line with your knee as you start to pivot over to the right side of your mat. Hands are back underneath your shoulders. Inhale back into your cow pose, lift the tailbone and the heart. Exhale, round through the spine and pull back into your child's pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull back, child's pose. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we'll come to center and then start to walk your hands in towards you as you come into a kneeling position. Right hand comes onto the leg. As you inhale, left arm rises up and over to the side. Breathe into both sides of the rib cage. Exhale, left hand releases towards the ground as your right leg lifts up in line with your hip. Right hand rises, really flex through your foot. And then exhale, release your right foot down, left arm rises. And we'll start to move back and forth here with these two postures, lengthening with every inhale and releasing with every exhale. On your next exhale, we'll start to release that right foot back down, and then right arm reaches forward. Exhale, release that right hand down. Make your way back into your tabletop, and we'll move over to the other side. Left leg lengthens, pull through your heel, and then start to bring your right heel in line with your right knee as we pivot over to the left side of the mat here. Inhale into your cow, and exhale, child's pose. 2 more times here. Follow the rhythm of your breath. And making your way back into your kneeling position. See if your left hip is higher than your right. Start to bring it into alignment. And then come back up into your gate pose. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, bring the foot down. Inhale, right arm reaches. Moving back and forth again. Connecting your breath to your movements. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left leg rises. And then release that foot down as your left hand reaches forward. Exhale, left hand comes back down onto the ground. Make your way back into your tabletop. And then walk your hands forward into puppy pose here. Forehead can release down to the ground, or you can take a block and place the block underneath your forehead, bringing the earth a little closer to you. Lifting the tailbone up to the sky. And as you exhale, soften the chest towards the earth. On your next inhale, we'll start to lift the head, walk the hands back in line with the shoulders, and then start to lift your right leg back behind you. Exhale, glide the foot in between the hands as we make our way into low lunge. Inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Breathe into the fingertips. And on your exhale, bend in the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, hands come down. Left hand stays on the ground as your right arm rises up to the sky. Easy twist. And exhale, release that hand down as you pull back with your hips, moving into your half splits. Inhale, heart to toes. Exhale, chin to shin. 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, release the sole of the foot down. Start to lift your back knee as you pull both feet back into your high plank. Exhale, you can lower onto your knees first or just lower all the way down. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, start to release back down. Inhale, like a wave in the ocean, roll back up, cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Inhale into and through tabletop as you exhale, child's pose. Breathe into the belly and fully release back out. Inhale, up into tabletop. Lengthen the left leg back behind you. Exhale, foot comes in between the hands. When you feel ready, inhale, start to bring the arms back up and overhead. Draw in the lower belly. Maybe pull back with the hips a little more. And as you exhale, elbows out to the sides. Inhale, rest. Exhale, release. Inhale, rest. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. On your next exhale, right hand stays on the ground, left arm rises up to the sky. Lengthen through the torso. And then exhale, release the hand down, pull back, half splits. Find movement with each and every breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Exhale, release the sole of the foot back down. We're going to start to pull back into our plank again and move through our vinyasa. You can lower all the way down or lower into a half or full chaturanga. And on your next inhale, lift up into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling your feet back and forth, maybe shaking the head from side to side, feeling the shoulders come back and away from the ears, creating space in the neck. Lifting the tailbone up to the sky. And looking in between your hands, walking the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, release into your fold. And you can bend as much as you want into your knees here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. On your next exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, roll up the spine little by little until the crown of your head reaches up to the sky. Inhale, shoulders roll up to the ears. Exhale, roll them down the back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, arms rise up and overhead, saluting the sun for a new day. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift halfway, crown the head reaches forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back into your plank. As you lower down, you can lower all the way down onto your knees for half chaturanga or into your full chaturanga, elbows and shoulders in the same line. Inhale into your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking in between your hands, you can step or float your feet up. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release into your fold. Inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, back into your mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, move through your vinyasa. On your next inhale, make your way back to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, melt into your fold. Inhale, arms rise, gathering the goodness, and exhale, bringing it to heart center, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with both feet. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Look in between the hands, make your way back up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Release the back of the neck, shake the head. On your inhale, start to rise up into your chair pose. Hips pull back, arms reach forward. Then we're going to twist over to the right side. Right arm reaches back behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises, bend at the knee and open up the hip. And lengthen through the right leg again. Bring the foot in between the hands as we make our way into warrior two. We're going to pump in this warrior, so on your next inhale, lengthen through your front leg, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the right palm, bring the left hand down and reverse through your warrior here. On your next exhale, right forearm comes on top of the right thigh, left fingertips reach forward, extended side angle. Moving back and forth, inhaling into your reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. On your next inhale, we'll come back up. Lengthen through the front leg and make your way into triangle. So maybe scooch that back foot in. Maybe take a block and place it onto the inside or the outside of your ankle.
Left arm rises straight up. Tailbone and the crown of your head are in the same line. Now on your next exhale, look down, bend in your front knee. We're going to come into half moon. So take a block, place it onto the pinky side edge of your foot. Left leg rises in line with your hip, just like we did on the ground. And then left arm maybe rising here. Exhale, start to release that left leg down and pivot your way over to the left side of the mat. Both hands come onto the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands can come onto the ground. You can widen your stance a little bit here. And maybe walking your hands back in line with the heels of your feet, bending in your elbows, chaturanga arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Right toes point forward, bend in the front knee. Walk your hands to frame that front foot, runner's lunge. Exhale, release your left knee down and make your way into your lizard pose. Heel toe the right foot to the right edge of the mat. And you can stay here on your hands or maybe place your forearms onto a block or come all the way down onto your forearms. Maybe even tucking your back toes and lifting that back leg. Inhale, reach the crown of your head and your sternum forward. As you exhale, soften through the hips. Releasing that back leg if it's lifted, coming up onto your hands. Bending in your back knee, you can reach for your foot and roll the heart open. Exhale, unwind. Bring both hands in line with the shoulders. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then pull back into a side plank here, stacking your right leg on top of the left. Lift your hips. Option to come into wild thing here. And on your next exhale, come back into your high plank and move through your flow. Taking 3 rounds of breath in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg rises up and back behind you. Bend in the knee, open up the hip, and then lengthen through your left leg again. Bring your foot in between your hands. Come back up into your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Pumping it up, lengthening through the front leg. Arms come up and overhead. Inhale, exhale, release back down. Inhale, rise, exhale, release. Inhale, rise, exhale, release. Flip the front palm, back hand comes down, reverse through. And then make your way back into your extended side angle. Flowing, moving with the breath. Inhale, reverse into peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rising, lengthening through both sides. And exhale, gently twisting the left rib cage up. One more time here. Making your way back into your warrior 2, straighten through the front leg and come into Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Expand through the collarbones. Exhale, start to bend in that front knee and make your way back into your half moon pose. Really flex through your back foot so you can engage the muscles in your leg. And on your next exhale, we'll start to release that foot back down and start to bring both feet to point towards the right side of your mat. This time we're going to come into a yogi toe grip. First 2 fingers and thumb. Wrap around your big toes as you hinge from the hips in your fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release all the way down. Elbows come in towards your knees. Let go of the back of your neck. Bringing new blood flow and oxygen into the brain. Inhale, start to lift halfway. Left toes point forward as we come back into runner's lunge. Exhale, right knee comes back down. Heel to the left foot to the left edge of the mat. And make your way back into your lizard pose, whatever variation you did on the other side. Direct that calming, soothing energy into your hips. And as you exhale, releasing anything that you need to let go of. On your next inhale, coming up onto your hands if you aren't already here, we're going to bend in our back knee, reach with our left hand, roll the left shoulder back, heart opens to the sky. Exhale, unwind, tuck the right toes under, lift the back leg, and pull back into your side plank. Left arm rises, lift those hips, and maybe come into your wild thing if you did that on the other side. Hips and heart lift and rise. Exhale, come back into your plank and move through your flow. Making your way back into your downward facing dog. 3 full, steady breaths. Shifting forward into your plank. On your next exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Release the tops of the feet. Left knee bends as you grab the top of the foot or the outside of your ankle. Press that foot into your hand as you press your pelvis down to the ground. Inhale, start to lift up through the chin, the chest, the shoulders, and lift the thigh off the ground as you reach your right hand up and forward. Exhale, release down, and placing a cheek on the mat, hands come back in line with the hips. Take a breath of rest. Inhale, chin comes back to center, bend in the right knee, and grab onto either the top of the foot or the ankle. Exhale, pelvis down. Inhale, start to rise up. Remember to press that foot into your hand. Lift the thigh. And exhale, release back down, opposite cheek to the mat. Inhale, chin comes to center. We're going to bend in both knees this time as we come into bow pose. Exhale, press down in the pelvis. Inhale, start to rise up. Your gaze or your drishti is at the tip of your nose. Maybe you feel yourself rocking back and forth with the breath. Exhale, release down, and gently windshield wiper the legs back and forth behind you. We're going to place the right cheek onto the mat as we lengthen through the right leg. Keep the left knee bent. Left hand comes next to the chest as we roll over to the right side. Maybe stacking your legs on top of each other, or your left leg is coming to the outside of your right. And on your next exhale, we'll start to come back to center and move over to the other side. Make sure that your palm is face down on the left side. Feeling the connection of the earth beneath your body. And on your next exhale, roll back to center. Make your way back into tabletop. And you can either bring your feet out to one side or cross the ankles, roll the hips back, and bring the feet out in front of you for a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Flex through the feet, inhale, arms rise, and exhale, fold. Hands can come onto the fronts of the shins or the outsides of the feet. And even though we're in the same pose here, we're still moving with the breath. Every inhale lengthening, every exhale folding. And on your next inhale, we'll come up to center. Right knee comes in as you take the right foot and bring it to the outside of the left leg. You can come into a twist here, or you can start to bring your left heel in towards your right glute, finding evenness on both sides of the body. And then right hand comes to the base of the spine as your left elbow hooks onto the outside of your right leg. Inhale, lift up and out through the sides of the rib cage. Exhale, twist. On your next exhale, start to unwind, and from here you can either stack your knees on top of each other coming into your cow face pose legs, or if this is very intense for you to the point of pain, you can start to come into your easy seat. So wherever you want to be, rolling to the tops of the feet, bringing those heels in towards you, finding evenness through both sit bones. And then bringing your hands together at heart center as you close your eyes. Directing your breath into the spaces that need it. On your next exhale, you can start to gently unwind and shake out the legs. We'll move over to the other side. Left heel comes in towards you. Start to bring that foot onto the outside of your right leg, and maybe your right heel comes in towards your left side. Left hand comes back behind you as your right elbow hooks onto the outside of your opposite leg. On your next exhale, we'll start to unwind through the center and make your way back into whatever type of seat you picked on the other side. Just make sure if you're coming into your easy seat, you have the opposite foot in front. And taking this time for self-reflection. Noticing the sensations in the body without judgment. Just bringing the light of awareness into them. Watching the breath fill the spaces. And as you exhale, you can start to unwind, shake it out. And then come up to the top of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together as you open your knees out to the sides, laying all the way down onto your back for Supine Baddha Konasana. One hand rests on your belly as the other rests on your heart. Release, let go. Allow yourself to just be. And on your next inhale, we'll start to bring the knees up as the soles of your feet touch the ground, and then bring the knees into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side. Left foot is going to come onto the ground as the outer edge of your right foot comes on top of your left thigh. Open up the knee. You can stay right here, or you can start to interlace your fingers behind your left leg, maybe bringing your left heel up to the sky. Inhale, left knee in towards you. Exhale, right knee out and away from you. On your next exhale, left sole of the foot comes back down. Arms come out to the sides, and you can wrap your right leg on top of your left or just stack them next to each other as we come into a twist here. Left hand can come on top of your right leg, helping you to release and soften a little deeper. And on your next inhale, you can start to make your way back to center, unwinding the legs, bring the knees back into the chest. Right foot comes onto the mat, outer edge of the left foot comes on top of the right thigh. Staying here or interlacing the fingers, maybe bringing the right heel up to the sky. Soften the shoulders down. Exhale, right foot comes back down onto the ground. Arms come out to the sides and come into whatever type of twist you came into on the other side. Watching the breath come in with its calming, soothing energy. As you exhale, release what no longer serves you. Inhale, start to come back to center. Hands come onto the fronts of the shins. And we'll bring those hands onto the outsides of the feet, making our way into happy baby pose. Lengthening your tailbone down to the ground and maybe rocking from side to side. Bringing both knees back into the chest one last time, hugging your body, thanking it for bringing you through your practice today. And coming down for your Shavasana, extending through the arms and the legs, closing the eyes. Bringing our senses inward as we take this time to absorb and process all the benefits of our beautiful practice. Value your connection to creativity. Creativity is a force, a living, real force. It is the power of love, the power of life, a gift of the divine. You're connected to that force. Creativity comes in many forms: cooking, decorating, speaking, drawing, writing, or building a castle in the sand at the beach. How you choose to create is up to you. Value your connection to creativity. Value the way you choose to express your creative power. It's your expression of love. And starting to move through your fingers and your toes, maybe bringing your arms up and overhead for a full body stretch. And when you're ready, rolling over to one side and taking a moment here. On your next inhale, coming up into your comfortable seated position with your eyes closed and your hands at heart center. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.